Hi, this is Kelly Partridge with Trap Pond State Park. I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful birdhouse out of upcycled materials. The supplies that you're going to need is going to be a 2-liter bottle, some paint brushes, scissors, and some string. Okay, so first you want to go ahead and clean your bottle out and pull off the label and scrub the outside so you get all the sticky residue off. And then we're going to figure out where we want to cut it. Okay, so this is an example of one I made earlier. What we're going to do is figure out where we want to cut the bottle. Pretty much in half is where you're going to cut it, but if you wanted a short one, like this guy, then you can cut it a little bit lower than halfway. If you would like a taller one, go halfway or above, but if you look at the top here, that whole top curvature is going to be your petal-like top of your bird feeder. Okay, so then what we want to do is when we know where we want to cut, we're going to go ahead and mark it off all the way around so we can have a guideline. Now you want to go ahead and cut along the guideline. Okay, now we want to go ahead and mark the hole for our birdhouse. And it's going to be kind of dead center of the bottle, the piece of bottle you've already cut out. Now we need to cut the hole out. I find the best way to do this is to pinch the plastic together to get this, and then snip it with the scissors to get it started. And then you can work your way around the hole. Okay, now that we have everything cut out, it's time to paint. I'm using acrylic paint. In the sense, depending if you want to have it outside, you may want to put a sealant on it, or if you're just going to leave it inside, that's fine. Sometimes it takes about 2 coats, depending on the shade that you're using. Okay, now that we're finished with painting the bottom, we're going to paint the top. But before we paint, we want to go ahead and put a hole in the cap, and that way we can pull a string through it to hang it from a tree. So we want to do that first, therefore we don't have to mess up any paint that we already have set up on it. So puncture that, you can unscrew the top and then put the hole in it and then screw it back in, make it easiest. And then we're going to do our scallop design at the bottom. So we want to outline our scallop design unless you want to just kind of wing it with any kind of design. You don't have to do a scallop. You can do whatever you want. But we're going to go ahead and just make little curves and kind of curve with the bottle itself. It has a natural spacing to it, so that can kind of help you shape and cut around it. Now we want to go ahead and cut out our scallops design on our bottle. Okay, now that we have our design cut out at the bottom and our hole at the top, we can go ahead and paint, and we're going to paint the whole thing, cap and all. Okay, we're going to let the top dry and then grab the bottom piece. And we're actually going to put puncture 2 holes, one on each side of it around the top. And that is going to be where our string is going to hang. See my example of my first one I did, and that's going to allow you to hang it in the tree or wherever you'd like to hang it. Okay, now that we've let everything dry, it's all set and ready to put together. So we're going to take our cap off as gently as possible because it's so that it doesn't mess up the paint. And then we're going to stretch out the string to make it even and pull it through the inside of our top. Once that's gone through, then you're going to thread it through the cap so that you can screw the cap back on nice and tight. And the string will be coming out of the top. All right, and there you have it. You're all finished with your birdhouse. So it's pretty nice to be able to, especially this Earth Week, to be able to upcycle things so that we're trying to reuse and recycle as much as possible. I hope everybody enjoyed watching this and have a great day.